Welcome to my channel Karma Romance Stories. Please like, subscribe for more videos.
Have you ever gone to sleep believing your life completely normal only to wake up with police officers smashing through your bedroom door? That is exactly what happened to me at 3:11 a.m. I was thrown to the floor before I could even understand what was happening. My neighbors stood outside watching as I was dragged away in handcuffs. My own wife never cried or asked what was happening. She simply stood in the driveway recording every second with her phone. I believed my life was over. But everything changed inside the police station when one detective opened my file. He read only 2 lines before standing up and ordering every officer in the room to remove my handcuffs immediately. What he discovered changed everyone's lives forever. Stay with me until the end because the truth is far more shocking than anyone could imagine. I still remember the sound that woke me. It was not an alarm. It was not thunder. It was my bedroom door exploding open as armed police officers stormed inside shouting commands I could barely understand. Bright flashlights blinded me. Before I could ask a single question, I was forced onto the floor and handcuffed. I kept asking what I had done wrong. No one answered. Every officer acted as if I were one of the most dangerous criminals they had ever arrested. My wife stood near the front door. Instead of crying or demanding answers, she held her phone up and recorded everything. She did not look surprised. She looked prepared. As officers walked me outside, I saw every neighbor standing on their lawns. Curtains were pulled back. Phones were pointed at me. Children whispered while adults shook their heads. In only a few minutes, my reputation was destroyed. Inside the police vehicle, I replayed every moment of my life trying to understand what had happened. I had never been arrested. I had never committed a serious crime. I worked hard. I paid my taxes. I volunteered in my community. None of it made sense. When we arrived at the station, I expected hours of questioning. Instead, I was placed alone inside a holding room. Officers kept looking through the small window as if they were waiting for something. Nearly an hour later, a detective entered carrying a thick folder with my name printed across the front. His face showed confidence until he opened the file. He read 2 lines. Then something changed. His expression disappeared. He stood up so quickly his chair fell backward. He looked directly at the officers standing behind him. "Remove the cuffs now." The room became silent. No one moved. He repeated the order louder. "Remove them immediately." An officer unlocked the handcuffs while everyone stared at the detective in confusion. The detective apologized for the treatment I had received. He asked if I was injured. He offered me water and personally checked my wrists where the cuffs had left marks. I asked him what was happening. He looked at the file again before quietly saying there had been a terrible mistake. Someone with access to official systems had manipulated records that pointed investigators directly toward me, but the file contained something investigators had overlooked: a classified employment history from years earlier. The detective had instantly recognized the department listed inside the file and understood I could not possibly be the person they believed I was. He immediately suspended the investigation against me and ordered a complete review. Hours later, investigators discovered that digital evidence had been altered before the arrest warrant was approved. Security footage had been edited. Financial records had been manipulated. Witness statements had been changed. Someone had spent months building a false case against me. The biggest shock came when investigators examined the video my wife had recorded. She claimed she recorded the arrest because she wanted proof police had treated me unfairly. But detectives noticed something unusual. She began recording before officers even reached the front door, almost as if she already knew they were coming. That discovery changed the investigation completely. Detectives searched phone records, messages, emails, financial transfers. The evidence slowly revealed an unbelievable conspiracy involving personal betrayal and carefully planned deception. The people responsible believed the false arrest would permanently destroy my reputation before anyone discovered the truth. Instead, their own plan exposed them. The investigation expanded far beyond my arrest. Every digital record was examined. Every timeline was verified. Experts confirmed that multiple pieces of evidence had been fabricated. Eventually, those responsible faced serious legal consequences for attempting to frame an innocent person and interfering with an official investigation. Months later, I walked through my neighborhood again. The same neighbors who watched me being arrested now looked at me differently. Many apologized for judging me without knowing the truth. Some admitted they had believed every rumor they heard. That experience taught me something I will never forget. A person's reputation can be destroyed in minutes, but rebuilding trust can take years. The detective who ordered my handcuffs removed later told me one sentence I still remember every day. Never confuse an accusation with the truth. Those words changed the way I see people forever. If someone had not carefully read those two forgotten lines inside my file, I might have spent years trying to prove my innocence. Instead, one careful decision exposed an entire web of lies and reminded everyone involved that real justice depends on facts rather than assumptions. Every person deserves the chance to be heard before being judged. Rumors travel faster than truth, but truth has a way of surviving every lie. If this story taught you anything, let it be this. Never assume guilt before the facts are known, because one wrong accusation can destroy an innocent life forever.